Hi, welcome to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Gemini. We have a card from the Dark Goddess Oracle to start us off, and it's Inara. And she is known for tricking a dragon to get drunk so she could kill it. So, not necessarily thinking on that grand of scheme. But there's somebody in your midst, Gemini, who has some interesting plans, and I don't think you know about them. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchester. Will you guys let me know if that's irritating? It was in the recorded readings. I just want to make sure it's not hurting your ears. So yeah, we're gonna take a look and see who this trickster is. I mean, who knows, Gemini? Maybe it's you. We're going to start off with the fairy godmother. A little balance to the dark goddess with some, light goddess stuff. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, Gemini. So we have insecurity and perception. So the person here that's a bit of a trickster or has some ulterior motive is someone that deals with insecurity. They would be somebody that you would already be aware of is very intent on manipulating or massaging their public perception. So I don't know if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but what's coming to mind is when Dennis is like dealing with people rating him on a dating app and he just like loses all control. There's someone like that here that is so focused on making sure they're in control of how people see them that they actually lose control of that perception. So this might be somebody who thinks that they can get away with something and then they find out that they don't actually have, what it takes. Or they're not as good as they thought they were. I don't know. There's something here about getting a little bit desperate, I think. We have encouragement. And rejection. So I feel like we've got someone eyeing you as this kind of ray of light, or everybody seems to like you and they can't figure out why. But it's because you actually, whoever I'm reading for, you actually support other people in their ventures or you root for them to succeed. And this person is more on that negative spectrum where they would be quick to criticize, right? And that kind of thing is an indicator for people who, like even people who don't even really have good intuition, they can pick up on those kinds of patterns, right? All right, we're going to use the Marigold Tarot, if I can get them. All right, what do we have for Gemini, please? We have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So Inara is turning out to be a pretty apt comparison because here we have somebody whose like desire is to see somebody else fail or lose everything, like the worst of betrayals. Now, this could also be somebody whose selfishness led to their own losing of everything, right? Take it how it resonates. But we have a Queen of Wands, that with the Four of Rings, which is the Four of Pentacles, by the way, there's a sense that somebody was so focused on what they wanted, they didn't really care who they hurt. That's not normally how I see the Four of Pentacles with this particular artistic depiction. I would say there's somebody here who's so worried about the sunflower that, they lose their friendships or they lose their relationship. Somebody was very maniacal in terms of how they pursued something they really wanted. We have the Emperor in the reverse. This is clarifying encouragement. I feel like somebody was very focused on bringing someone else down. This person wanted to make it difficult for whoever's the, ray of sunshine in this reading, the person who likes to encourage others. This Queen of Wands wanted to quiet this person, take them down a notch, prove to others that they weren't as talented or reliable or intelligent as people wanted to say. So you could say, in a way, you're the dragon here, right? And this person wanted to get you drunk so they could take something from you. 10 of Rings, 10 of Pentacles. They may be somebody who has seen that you are doing well or you are successful, and it was not a pleasant experience for them because I feel a sense of jealousy. Maybe they also feel like you get encouragement or you get support, whereas they get rejection. So if you have a measure of success, they feel that you don't deserve it. We have Two of Swords in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. Wow. This is unusual, but quite often these cards in the reverse can be about being very decisive or not, or having, difficulties charting a new course or moving forward. I feel like this person was trying to take you off your path because what I see is like a reverse 1111 in a way. So if you've been doing something and gaining, support from others because you have, some beautiful skill here that people really enjoy supporting, there's a sense that they didn't want you to continue to feel like this was a viable option for you. Maybe you're both in the same line of work, or you both are, musicians. Maybe you're in the same band, but there's a jealousy here that makes them want to see you lose. We have the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords in the reverse. So I view this Page of Wands as somebody who is seen as a really positive influence or somebody who's really talented, especially creatively, because when you're talking about fire signs, that's, passion, right? So if you've been able to, let's say, find an opportunity in dancing and that's one of your, passions, somebody wants to, break your ankle all Nancy Kerrigan style because they don't want you to have further success in this. So I believe this reading is trying to help you just make like a quick audit of the people in your life. If there's somebody that's been a little bit shady, just be cautious. Hi, Eden. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's get more on this Queen of Wands then. Even though I don't really like her, I don't know. Or him. Remember, this could be anybody, right? So we have the 10 of cups in the reverse. There's a void of happiness or a feeling of being fulfilled by this person, and that's what leads them to kind of fixate or obsess over other people. There's not a lot of 10 of cups cards out there that are going to have nooses on it. It's one of my least favorite cards in this deck, which is kind of weird because the 10 of cups is all about like happily ever after, being in a situation where you're really content, right? This person is unhappy in their living situation or with their life in general. Maybe they have an unhappy relationship. Maybe they feel like they can't leave the town they grew up in. Maybe they feel like the career they chose is really limiting and shitty. Whatever it is, they don't feel like it's appropriate to address the problems in their own life. They would rather create issues for other people. Exactly. Queen of Rings in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a sense that she is mercurial, is the word coming to my mind, not reliable. A Queen of Pentacles in the upright is somebody that you can trust, somebody that you would even potentially marry, right? Or somebody that you would be able to count on if you needed to borrow $100 to go to the doctor or some shit. This is somebody who would rather create instability for other people around them than support them or find a way to help them if they're having a difficult day, right? Like, if you don't have a coat and it's really cold out, they'll be like, oh, I don't know, you might stretch it. All right, Tina. All right. Emperor in the reverse is clarified by justice. It doesn't matter how much this person wants to come up against you or try to get in your way. They're not going to be able to stop you because you've, I believe, found your path or your true calling. Whoever I'm reading for, you have support from people because you're doing something that you're meant to do. If you're meant to be, a world famous dancer or a world famous singer, whatever it is, no one's going to stop you from that because that's what you're meant to do. So, justice is here to say that whatever anybody was trying to do to prevent you from doing this, view it more as a lesson to be cognizant that some people are really not out to support you and it's best to keep distance from them. You want to make sure that you aren't, sharing all of your information with people without first making sure those are individuals that you trust with that information, right? Especially if you're meant to be famous doing something. I have a lot of those yes men or people that want to use you, and spirit wants you to be adept at using your discernment. Ace of Wands? I like it. The Ace of Wands is on this 10 of Pentacles, you guys. I feel like there's some new beginning or promotion. Maybe you're even, moving somewhere for a job. But this is kind of putting this other person in overdrive in terms of how can I mess with this person, right? They don't want to hear about your success. If you haven't had this promotion or opportunity show up yet, number one, make sure you're being very vigilant and going wherever there might be an opportunity for that kind of thing to happen. And number two, don't necessarily blast that shit all over your social media because it's only going to invite jealousy within certain arenas, right? Uh, I gave up on Facebook right around a certain election because I didn't want to deal with everybody anymore. And part of it was I didn't feel like, you know, everyone needed to know whether or not I was going to a baseball game or sick from work that day, like there's a need to be a little bit more private the higher you climb if you are indeed destined to be famous. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. You may have felt like something that you were meant to do did not come easy, and therefore you may have taken a break from it. I used the example on I think it was the Aquarius reading, that maybe, 5, 10 years ago, you were really interested in roller skating and then you had a kid and then you kind of got distracted. And now you have the opportunity because your kid's older, you can go back and do some of that. Maybe it's painting, maybe it's singing, maybe you are a ventriloquist. I don't know, but you're good at it and you're supposed to go back to it. There's a sense that you didn't stay committed to something that you were passionate about. And that's maybe something that you've maybe even just like a week ago or something, you were able to like dabble again and you're like, why the hell did I give this up? We have the Ace of Swords clarifying the Two of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is saying you know where you're meant to go. You know what you're supposed to pursue, but there are people around you that like to comment in a way that might be a little bit snide or judgy, like, oh, yeah, sure, you totally could be a famous singer someday, like, listen to some of the things that Lady Gaga has to say on the matter. It's not easy to achieve fame. I mean, maybe a little bit easier these days now with social media, but it's not easy. There's a sense here that you've put in a lot of work into something that you're passionate about and you love, and you can now go back to it. All right, let's do. I'm going to see if the situations deck has anything interesting to add here for you guys. Let's see what I have for Gemini. Divine Feminine. Oh my. And Insatiable in the reverse. So this is like Divine Feminine fed up. I want no more of your BS. Be gone with you. So I feel like you've maybe already started the process of making sure you're kind of protective or selective when it comes to how you spend your time or who you trust, who you want to like let into that soul tribe, right? Hmm. So this person who would like to trip you right before the finish line is somebody that is triggered by how many people admire you. That's like literally what this card is screaming at me. Like, how dare you? I keep finding all of these people that think you're amazing. Like, I'm so sick of it. Could you just like stop being cool, please? No. Somebody's just jealous of your shine. But like, look at that. It's like, yeah, I'm confident, but I'm not like a total bitch, right? Like uh, I just like fashion, obviously. There's just something about who you are, like authentically, that people are drawn to. There's a magnetism there. You might be known for being really funny or really kind or generous. There's an obvious difference between you and this person who seems to be more of like a taker and like an energy vampire almost, and like almost entitled, whereas you want to actually invest in things or pursue things that make you feel alive, and that's something that draws people in. Ooh. Oh, I didn't see that one coming, you guys. We have irreconcilable differences. Hmm. Okay, so this person could be losing a major relationship in their life. It doesn't have to be a marriage, but it could be, obviously. And while their life is in shambles, they're trying to judge you on your life. Some people, yeah, love affair. So this is somebody who is just not wanting to cheer you on because they have so much drudgery in their own life and they're not ready to like bring up the shovel and get rid of the crap. Um, there's for some of you, there's someone who's in love with you that this person used to date or wants to date. So some of this jealousy could literally be that there's somebody who becomes single that this Queen of Wands is interested in. And they remember maybe, 10 years ago they were together, like in high school or some shit. And then this person is drawn to you because you're the divine feminine. And this person doesn't get what they want. So there's a love situation here that aggravates them. And it could just be that because their life is, kind of struggling right now, any bit of happiness that they see you experiencing is going to be something that irritates them. But you've got true love here. You've got something with somebody who really cares about you. Maybe things are accelerating. Maybe you've decided to become exclusive or you moved in together, something like that. And this is not good for them. They're displeased. But oh well. We're gonna take the kipper out because this seems like a salty bee. Oh, I've missed some. Thank you. All right, what do we have in terms of this? Okay, yeah. So this is somebody, remember that first card that came out, a trickster. This is somebody who would like to find a way to steal from you or make something not happen for you. They may be involving themselves somehow through email or some kind of message to try to pretend they are you or to try to make something for you not happen. We have main female in the reverse. So the vibes I'm kind of getting is they might try to talk some shit on you to this masculine that they may also be attracted to, who could be recently divorced. This could also be that this trickster person thinks they're the right person to make the judgment call for somebody else's love life. And I would like to introduce her to the idea of free will. Because this guy is a whole ass adult. He can make decisions for himself. He doesn't need some jealous trickster lady who wants to murder a dragon decide how his love life goes. Ooh, we have the coffin coming out underneath main female in the reverse. This is an ending to somebody kind of like friends with benefits style. So maybe this love affair was something that happened right on the heels of this divorce. And this person thought it would lead to a serious relationship. But I don't know. We have change in the reverse. Somebody seems to be unwilling to accept the change or that it wasn't as they predicted. There's toil and labor and child in the reverse. Somebody put in a lot of effort to come across as innocent or make them look like they were as high honor as this divine feminine. But I feel like there's something that's going to make it painfully obvious that they aren't. We have house in the reverse. This person may get kicked out of a living situation or even like evicted due to some kind of thievery. Because remember, they came out as a trickster. So they may have gotten caught doing something illegal. Not that I wish that on anyone. Just gotta learn your lessons and keep moving, right? All right, let's find out more about this Ten of Swords in the reverse, please. This was one of the first cards that came out that suggested this Queen of Wands energy would really like to see you not succeed. Death. This person could be a Scorpio, or this person saw you transform and didn't expect it. We have the Magician in the reverse. They could also just be jealous because they don't have the ability to transform like you. You know, maybe you're like Cher or Madonna. You can reinvent yourself whenever you need to and still find a way to make a dime. And this person can't. We have the Ace of Cups because you are loved by people for the energy you bring. And it's not desperate, you know? When somebody can command a stage because they're just that talented, then it comes across as like that's exactly the throne they're supposed to sit on, right? If somebody doesn't have that stage presence but still has that talent, it's almost like you're being robbed, right? You want that person to believe in themselves so they can just like stomp around that stage and own it. I feel like that's the difference here. Even if they do have the same skill set as you know how to own it. You know how to be graceful with it. You know how to not come across as entitled or somehow like you think you're better than everyone. Yeah. When people are a trickster, they don't usually change very easily, I find, because a lot of tricksters are able to get away with their shenanigans for a long enough time where it becomes too much of a pattern. So this would be somebody who liked to start drama. We also had the 10 of Cups here. So this was somebody who would maybe start drama in relationships or in close-knit friends. Um, just a drama queen, really. Tell me more about this Justice card, please. All right, we have the Hanged Man, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse. There was some information that came into, I believe, this masculine energy about the Queen of Wands that changed his perception very quickly. It could be that he found out she was cheating. Again, take it how it resonates. Tell me about this Ace of Wands, please. Somebody's ready to invest in something new, something that they hadn't invested in before, but they may have had the opportunity to already make some fond memories in this situation. They didn't feel like there was an equal give and take on their part, so maybe they want to make something up to somebody. It may be because an Empress in the reverse got in the way. This could be like a baby mama or even like a mother figure that was being a little bit manipulative or controlling. There could have been something like an age difference or race or religion difference that made it difficult for somebody to feel like you guys would actually be able to like, make it work. Tell me more about this house in the reverse, please. Queen of Cups in the reverse. This karmic feminine or trickster is definitely somebody who uses emotional manipulation. I feel like in particular with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, we have somebody that would spread lies or share secrets that they had promised to keep secret in an attempt to control how public perception viewed individuals they liked or didn't like, but I'm pretty sure you know how that worked. We have the World in the reverse. They got signs to stop doing this, but they refused. Tell me more about this mature man, please. I like the mature man because he's got a globe. Looks a lot like mine. I know, I'm a big old nerd. All right, we have King of Cups. So this mature man could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but there's something he's having to do a little bit on the down low. So I wonder if he's sneaking away. What's the Seven of Swords for this mature man? We've got the Knight of Swords. There's something he might be doing a little impulsively, and maybe he doesn't feel like he can really trust a lot of people. He's traveling. I think he's maybe gonna surprise someone, show up, and maybe make a love offer. What does he want to travel to do? He wants to have success here with somebody. Oh no. Okay, I just heard a song. You guys have to promise to make fun of me. I just heard Ride It, My Pony, and if you're old like me, you know what song that is. I think it's Genuine. Okay, so somebody wants to bang it out. All right. Do we call it there? Is that a good place to end it? All right, we're gonna get you guys a zodiac fortune telling card because now I'm all blushy and weird and awkward. I haven't heard that song in probably like 10 years. You are good, but people misunderstand you. So there's, I think, a lot of jealousy that you've experienced in your lifetime. There are definitely, I think, people that have tried to put on you, some kind of negative intent or, blame you for things that you didn't do. It's really just because you're maybe a little more comfortable being yourself than they are, and it intimidates other people. When you know what your path is, when you really excel at something, there's going to be a lot of people that want to bring you back down to their level so they feel better about what they've accomplished in their life. And I'm encouraging you to not let them. Something serious will be told to you, which you must not believe. Whoever this trickster is, they're going to tell you something. Don't believe them. I mean, maybe don't believe anything they say. Because it's probably, trash. You are inclined to rule and help people. Who are you? Boss vibes. So you might become very skilled in a particular industry or skill, and this is going to take you places you didn't imagine. And there might be people that want to knock you off of that throne, right? So you've got to be able to identify who those people are quickly so you can distance and protect yourself. You will be successful, carry through your ideas. Maybe you've got a book idea. Maybe you want to be a comedian. I don't know. Do it. Whatever it is that I feel like you've already had a little bit of experience in doing and maybe would like to get back into. Feel free to comment below and tell me what that is. But I think I'm going to hop over into the Libra reading for you guys. So I hope you have a great night and thank you so much for joining me.